no Skyping. OTM straight out the mud, we the live.
Oh, you already know how we rockin', man. It's your brother from another mother, Kobe Lee in the building, bringing you the all new Philly Cat podcast. If you're new to the show, let me give you a little bit of a rundown. I'll be talking to Eagles, I'll be talking to Sixers, I'm gonna sprinkle in a little bit of the Phillies, but I damn sure ain't talking about the Flyers. Hope everybody feeling good out there. Hope you ain't worried about the mule going blind. In other words, be in control of the things that you can control. Don't let the things out of your control you. Okay, so let's get down to the nitty gritty, man. I'm feeling good today. You know what I mean? Yesterday, the Sixers ran down on the Knicks yesterday with the final score of what? 125-109. I mean, yes, at the end, the final score shows that, you know, we dominated them, but that wasn't the whole case of the whole game. The first half, we definitely First half was definitely smooth, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like in the third quarter, like late third quarter, early fourth quarter, it was a little shaky. But we'll get to that. You know what I mean? Overall, though, it was a great game. We're gonna go through adversity, especially the fact that we just got James Harden. But you know, at the end of the day, we played a great game. Speaking of James Harden, he had a triple-double last night. We talking 29 points, 10 rebounds, 16 assists. You know what I'm saying? 5 steals. I thought he didn't play no defense. You know what I'm saying? 8 of 14 from the field, 3 of 7 from 10, 3 of 7 from the three-point line, and 10 of 10 from the free throw line. James Harden was just remarkable. I mean, this guy, he fits right in our system, and he's just basically like the exact player we needed to pair up with Embiid. I mean, Embiid, 37, talking about MVP, is locked up. They keep talking about DeRozan. Hell nah. I got much respect for DeMar DeRozan. Hell nah. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, looking at it, you got your DeMar DeRozan. He had Levine. He had who the goddamn boy? That one little boy, Kobe, whatever. But you got players on your team. They got a nice little squad over there. At the end of the day, when we didn't have Harden, we just had Embiid. Tobias was, you know what I mean? And Maxey, he was alright, but he wasn't as what he was playing right now. So anyway, Joel Embiid, 37 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 4 blocks. I mean, just an incredible game coming from the MVP. And it really wasn't even his best. That's crazy. The crazy part is, it really wasn't even his best game. He was 7 of 18 from the field, 0 of 4 from the three-point line, but he was 23 of 27 from the free throw line. This man shot 27 free throws. I mean, like, in only 36 minutes. I mean, when you look at it, James Harden was 10 of 10 from the free throw line. So altogether, it's 37 free throw attempts coming from just them two alone. I mean, the pick and roll between them are unstoppable. When it's an ISO, they automatic, right? Whether you ISO Joel, whether you ISO Harden, it's an automatic double team. Guys are gonna be open. I mean, Joe Embiid just said it himself, like after the game, that the one word that would describe the team is just unstoppable. When they're healthy, once Tobias figure out what he want to do, not even what he want to do, or what's his niche and his new role of this new offense, we're going to be unstoppable. Like I said, we're in that 115 to 130 range. You know what I mean? Speaking of Tobias, definitely was another off night. I mean, 3 of 9 from the field, 12 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. He started to heat up at the end of the fourth quarter, and what you see, that's why it's that 125-109, because we separated from them in the fourth quarter, which we won 34-20 points. Tobias. I just need him to get back. I really don't see us scheming to get him in that low post. Tobias Harris, that's where he flourishes, is in that low post area, that mid-range game. I mean, he's not necessarily a knockdown shooter. And just looking at it here, 0 for 2 from the three-point line. You didn't take a lot of threes, but that's just, he's not that catch and shoot type of guy. But at the end of the day, I really think that Tobias is going to step up when it come down in the playoffs, and he's going to give us that 18 to 23 points a night. So I'm not worried about him. But the difference of now that we have Harden on this offense is the fact that the third option is no longer Tobias. That's what it's looking like. The third option is looking like it's Maxey. I mean, this kid came a long way and quickly. I never thought that Tyrese Maxey would come along this quick. And even last year, imagine if we played Maxey more last year. His development this year will probably be farther than what it is now. I still think he need to work on that mid-range pull-up shot, on some Chris Paul type of, learning how to use his speed. So sometimes he always go fast or whatever, but he needs to perfect his craft as far as using his speeds, shooting the mid-range a little bit more, because it's there. Everything is there, but he got the form. He has everything, all the intangibles. So speaking of Max, he had 21 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. He out there playing defense. He was also 8 of 14 like James Harden. And was 3 of 5 from the 3-point line, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, 37 minutes. We did our thing, you know what I mean? The ball was just moving around in the first half. Like I said, in the third quarter, it kind of got a little shaky because I felt like Doc played Joel Embiid too much, too long in the third quarter. I think he started the third quarter and he didn't come out till it was 2 minutes left in the third quarter. To me, that was just too long, because at the end of the day, you want to put him back in the fourth, and by the time he come back in the fourth, you want to put him in at that 8-minute mark. To me, it's just too long of a gap. You know what I'm saying? You should have put him in. You should have took him out 8 minutes in the third quarter. Let him rock for a little bit. This is where Paul Reed need to come in the game. I don't understand why we not using Paul Reed. I don't understand why we're not using Isaiah Joe. They was talking about how we were going into the buyout market, quote unquote, excited about picking up somebody, and we only walked away with Cauley Stein. Now, we played 2 games. The first game, you gave him 4 minutes and some change. And then this game, you give him 0 minutes. Mind you, we gonna put the win to the side. We talking about breaking down the game. I just feel like if you gonna get Cauley Stein, give the man a chance to earn the spot. Give the man a chance to get some minutes and put in some work, and let's see what we got so we can properly evaluate him. When you talking about Paul Reed, I feel like y'all not giving him a shot at all. You're not going to see what a guy truly is only in practice. He needs to get into the game. Paul Millsap is not the guy for the backup position, backup big man. To me, Paul Millsap is a 4, but would you say Paul Millsap is kind of he's not a pure stretch 4, but he can stretch, he can make a 3. But I would say Niang is the pure stretch 4. So really, you got another Niang, but Paul Millsap will be probably more physical in the paint, I guess, but he's not big enough to be a big man. So it's I don't know about Paul Millsap. We already got somebody that can play your role in Niang. So I think Millsap is just not in his right role, playing that backup position. Speaking of Millsap, he had 6 points. He was 3 of 5 from the field, but on defense, we was getting challenged in that paint. I just didn't understand it. You know what I mean? I would like to see Paul Reed, and I would like to see Willie Cauley-Stein. Let's see what's going on with there. Danny Green, 14 minutes played, 2 points, only took 2 shots. Danny Green brought nothing to the table. Korkmaz, 14 minutes, had a Dunkin' Donut. 0 for 2 from the field, no rebounds, only 1 assist. Like I said, Isaiah Joe needs to be up in there. The first game when we came back and we played the Timberwolves, Isaiah Joe played 4 minutes, had 8 points. So we talking 2 threes, and he had a layup or a mid-range. I forgot what that was. But either way, it was 8 points. He's putting in work in only 4 minutes. This guy can score. He can do more than the Korkmaz, in my opinion. I don't know about Korkmaz, man. Like I said, it's only 2 games, so people need to we need to still see what's going on. People need to get comfortable with their roles and everything. So, you know what I mean? But overall, the assists, we were there 28-21. We had the advantage. Steals was 13-6 in our advantage. Turnovers was 10-18 in our advantage. We shot 89% from the free throw line. The Knicks shot 63% from the free throw line. Harden had 5 steals and matched his season high with 16 assists. So I feel like just Harden is just falling in the line, and we coming for that ring. Everything is looking like a smooth oil machine. And when Tobias steps up and comes into his role and hits his true potential, I don't think any team can stop us, period. The only team that we're going to have, I think it's going to be us in Brooklyn in the conference finals, whatever round we play them. That's going to be really the Eastern finals right there, you know what I'm saying? It's between us and the Brooklyn Nets. You know what I mean? Speaking of the Brooklyn Nets, they just beat the Bucks yesterday. I mean, was that yesterday? 2 days ago, I believe. with the final score of 126-123. Kyrie Irving, he had 38 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. Steph Curry had 19. Drummond had 17 and 12 rebounds. We really need to pay attention to them because we need to know what we going against. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like the trade was good for both sides. But still no Ben Simmons. He complaining of back injuries. I just don't understand about the whole Ben Simmons. How do you have back injuries and you ain't play? You haven't been playing. All you've been doing is complaining, but you ain't been complaining through your actual words. You've been complaining through your team. We've been hearing all this Rich Paul. We've been hearing everybody that's a part of your team, leaks and sources coming out on what's your problem. Then you go over there and you talk about you're not ready to play and your back hurts. First it was mental issues, now it's your back. What it is March 10th we play y'all. And that's the last game we play the Nets this season until we get to the playoffs, in which I think we're going to play them. But the real reason is you don't want to step foot in Philly. So you going to probably watch after March 10th. That's when Ben Simmons going to come back. He's not going to play in Philly. And if he does, y'all going to, it's going to be a rude awakening for y'all. That you supposed to play. I would want to play against a team that just traded me, that I don't even like, and quote unquote, I hate that team. I hate that city. That's like how he coming. You know what I'm saying? So why are you running from the spotlight? Let's go, man. Suit up and let's play. I don't understand why you're not playing. LeBron and them got scraped last night by the Pelicans with the final score 123-95. I mean, they were just getting booed out the stadium. Jeannie Buss, she got up during the middle of the game and left. The Lakers are horrible. LeBron James, they only have three players with over 10 points or more. LeBron James, he definitely did his thing, had 32 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. But you had 7 turnovers, my brother, and looking at his body language, it just wasn't there. You could tell that LeBron James he just sees that this is not the team that he's going to get a ring with. Westbrook was 5 of 15, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, but he also had 7 turnovers. So between LeBron and Westbrook, you had 14 turnovers alone, which is like a game's worth of turnovers. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of teams average less than that. So I just don't understand. I think LeBron, he's a great or whatever the case may be, but at the end of the day, those are the players that you assembled, essentially. So don't try to, you make that bed, you gotta lay in it, my brother. And y'all 9th seed. Put your loving cape on and make it at least to the playoffs. Stop, I don't want to hear the AD's hurt. I don't want to hear it. Go out and ball. You don't see Joel Embiid complaining when he didn't have his second best player, aka Ben Simmons, just because of criticism. Just get on the court and ball out. I don't want to see your head down and all this. You're not looking like a leader, especially last night. You didn't look like a leader. You know what I'm saying? I'm not taking nothing from your career, but just you need to get it together because right now y'all still in a position where you can make the playoffs. So yeah, the Sixers are 2-0 right now with James Harden. We play the Knicks again, which will be on Wednesday. So we're going to see what's going on with that. Matter of fact, that might be, Wednesday. So we're going to see what's going on with that. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. It's your brother from another mother, Kobe Lee in the building, signing out. And until next time, folks, T-Roy, take us home.
They say lil' bro ain't keeping it real, you snake, that's crazy. Feeling in my bones on to make 100 million, man, this shit won't phase me. A biggie in paper, too many dollars, too many bills, somebody save me. Too much juice, too much sauce.